This show is sponsored by Bitonic. Invest in Bitcoin with ease.
Connetti il mondo.
What's up, y'all? This is Paul from Primal, and I'm living in Costa Rica's Bitcoin jungle.
Living in Costa Rica must be a surfer's dream. Would you say you enjoy the wipeouts just as much as catching the perfect wave?
Yes.
Your favorite drink is coconut water with lime, and it sounds refreshing, especially in the tropics. But let's be honest, do you still crave a soda now and then?
No.
Star Wars is legendary for many. Do you think the original trilogy is still better than all the new Disney spin-offs combined?
Yes.
Shy kids have a unique sound. If you had to choose, would you rather give up music for a week than miss a single day of surfing?
Yes.
Costa Rica is often called Pura Vida, land for good reason. But would you say the internet speed there ever made you question your life choices?
Hell yes.
Bali is known for its beaches, food, and spiritual retreats. If you could teleport to Bali right now for a month, would you actually miss Costa Rica?
Yes.
Some say a steak should never be cooked well done. Is it a deal breaker for you if a restaurant can't grill a proper medium rare?
Absolutely yes.
You didn't list a favorite book. Is it fair to say you prefer real-world experience over getting advice from books?
Ooh. Yes.
Jack Dorsey has had a massive impact across industries. In your opinion, is his Bitcoin work even more important than his Twitter legacy?
Yes.
Are you Satoshi Nakamoto?
Hell no.
Welcome to the Connected World Weekly Podcast. I'm Edward.
And I'm Steph. We are ready to take you with us into the beautiful world of the Lightning Network.
Enjoy the ride. This is episode 137 of Connected World, and this show is made possible by our friends from Bitonic and BRINGIN. Thank you guys for helping us with our mission, and if you also want to help out, and of course you do, then follow us on X or subscribe at our YouTube channel or follow us on Nostrdam. And if you have any questions at all, of course you can also head over to one of our Telegram groups and ask us anything there. Conecta el mundo.
Yes, it's Paul. Welcome, Paul.
Welcome.
Hola, y'all. Pura vida.
Pura vida, yeah, man.
Pura vida, eso es.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I can't talk Spanish that good, guys. So let's keep it on English. It's hard enough for us to speak a proper English.
Speaking Spanish just brings back all the relax and chill. It's just a total different life, but of course, from Costa Rica, it must be totally different, Paul. I mean, the view there.
I'll show the view real quick.
Dude.
There's a lot of trade-offs to living here, you know? Like,
oh, man.
But the trade-offs are great. You know, we don't have Amazon. That's annoying. The Wi-Fi speed, can be terrible, but we're in a great place now. But I mean, just having access to the nature and the food and of course the beach and the waves, it's like priceless for me.
Yeah, man. I can imagine that. And the biodiversity there must be
it's insanity.
Maybe it's the best of all places, I was told. So and the thing is, I told you in the pre-talk, my wife and I we booked a round trip, and it was at the beginning of 2020. And then the COVID struck, and we couldn't go. So it was such a bummer. But yeah, then she gave birth to our child, and pretty soon after that she got pregnant from our second child.
Nice.
So like the circumstances weren't as good as they were before. So to travel and to do a round trip and all, but yeah, I mean,
maybe in the future,
still on your bucket list then.
Kids thrive out here.
Yeah.
We actually just announced today on Nostr that we're having a baby.
Oh, really?
Really?
Congrats,
So we're
man.
gonna have it here
Congrats.
in Costa Rica, and we'll go for it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, great. Yeah, okay. But my wife gave birth in Amsterdam here, and then we have like a 9-hour flight, or maybe it's even more because you have
That's
like
a
a transfer and all, and it's not doable, So
you can always do a one-way trip, Steph, and then
I
just
don't think I've ever bought a return ticket anywhere. I've never gone. Fun fact: there's a fake flight website that everybody needs to know about. It's called Onward Ticket.
Yeah.
That you can actually buy fake flights with Bitcoin in case you need to show a proof of return.
Oh,
really?
That's so funny.
So
that's crazy, man. But is that a thing that you need to? I mean, at the embassy or something.
I got sent home once from Costa Rica.
No.
Really? They kicked me out and I had to go catch the next flight back to San Diego or LA or whatever.
No.
That was a horrible day. Yeah, because I didn't have a return flight.
Because they think that you are going to work there or something, or that's not like in your visa.
Sometimes they just like the power trip at the border, and like I don't know. It's just the rule, and they can be strict on it sometimes.
Yeah.
I
just
friends,
want to know.
Gotta have a flight out.
Yeah.
Well, your favorite holiday destination is Bali. So, I mean, there are some similarities, I can imagine, because I was told that Bali is also a great place for surfing. Well, the food is great.
Also very green.
Very green and all.
Yeah.
But still, you said that you will actually miss Costa Rica. What are the biggest differences between the two countries?
Bali just feels too far from home. I'm from the States. I'm from San Diego. Costa Rica it is closer and the time zones are better, but Bali is also a little bit chaotic. It's really crowded. A lot of scooters everywhere, but there's just great waves. It's really fun. There's a lot of people doing things, good energy, really good fruits as well. And it's just like the ultimate surf destination. Indonesia in general is just like a crazy surf destination. So like, I want to go back once every couple of years, probably until I'm dead. To be honest.
Cool. Nice. Hey, and my niece, she sells like vacations and trips. And when I planned my trip to Costa Rica, she told me that the country itself is very safe. Can you confirm? I mean, is it like, because it's still Central America? So
I feel safe here. I mean,
and the neighboring countries aren't that safe at all. What's the difference then with Costa Rica?
I think Costa Rica, I mean, tourism is one of its top industries, if not number one. So just kind of, they're used to tourists. They need the tourists, so the locals are nice, for the economy and all that. And I swear, it's, pura vida. I always say it. That's what everybody always says. It means thank you, goodbye. It literally means pure life. That's like injected into everybody. Okay. And just having that, I swear, just makes the people just like kind of nicer. And yeah, it feels safe, but like anywhere, shit happens. But
how does it come that it's just injected with the people there and not the neighboring countries? How can it be so different?
It's well, I mean, I drove from California all the way down to Costa Rica, and I didn't have any problems really. So even though it's kind of quoted as dangerous, but I'm not sure. But it's just such a good program, for the country's slogan to be pro vida. I was even talking to people in El Salvador who are like connected to the government. They're like, we need to think of something like that. I'm like, yeah, you do, but you can't just. I don't know. It's been there for so long, and it's really you can feel it. The people
it's
are
in their
amazing.
veins.
They're welcoming and great.
Cool. Hey, last question before we get into the 21 questions, because we asked you if Jack Dorsey, his work at Bitcoin is even more important than his Twitter legacy. Yeah, you doubted. I saw some doubt, and then you said yes. So his Bitcoin work is even more important for you than his Twitter legacy. What made you doubt?
I mean, Twitter right now is still the global town square, which is insane. Like in a good way. Like he built that. I mean, he helped build that. But I think he's still cooking. He's, with Square, he has those terminals where people check out. One day they might all flip on and be for Bitcoin. Cash App's like everybody has Cash App in the States, and you can buy Bitcoin on Cash App. It's really simple. And just like the stuff Block's doing with mining and chips and I don't even know. So I think as time goes on, I mean, he says that he wants to devote the rest of his life towards Bitcoin. So we're just getting started.
Yeah. So you think he just has a master plan in mind? Maybe Twitter was already part of that, and then he has still some things to roll out to us.
I mean, he was on that early email list, I believe. So who knows what the master plan scheme is.
Yeah. Maybe he's Satoshi.
we must get him in the show and ask him. Yeah.
Then we can ask him. So that's so easy as that. So now, hey Paul, before we get started, because we're going to talk about Costa Rica and Primal with you. But how did you end up by Primal? What did you do before you got to Primal, and how did you end up there?
It's a fun story. So I was a closet Bitcoiner since like 2017, and then I drove to El Salvador for the first conference and was too broke. I didn't have any work. And I just kind of was just around Bitcoiners for the first time. And being around Bitcoiners changed my life. Like instantly, I'd been kind of pursuing like entertainment industry work, like modeling, acting type stuff. And, you know, wasn't really getting too lucky, and wasn't really connecting with many of the people. And I've been like so into Bitcoin for so long, and actually meeting Bitcoiners changed my life. So if there's any closet Bitcoiners out there, get out there, go to a meetup, go to a conference. And so I just started meeting Bitcoiners. That hooked me up with a job in Costa Rica, working for a popular influencer, Paul Saladino. And I was working for him for a while, and then I could work remote. So then I started traveling to all these Bitcoin conferences, making all these friends. And next thing you know, we wound up in Bitcoin jungle. There was a conference here. MBK cruised down, and he was showing me Primal. And then we had the first Nostr conference here, and I just happened to go because it was right here, you know, in my backyard, like literally right there. And I just went. I've, you know, been curious about, you know, I think social media needs to be decentralized. And next thing you know, I'm in Japan for the second conference, and friends led to more friends, and now I'm working. And it just feels like a calling, and I was carved out for this. So I'm super grateful for getting to work with Primal, and it feels like a mission.
I can imagine. Yes. Sometimes things go that way, and then when you look back, what you say, oh, now the puzzle, now it all makes sense, right? So
yeah, I had no idea it was all going to compound into something. I was like, why do I read Twitter so much? Well, why do I learn so many Bitcoin podcasts? Like, but now I'm on one. It's pretty cool.
And also at the beginning, I mean, Nostr conference, the first one, and just that it's amazing to be part of it.
Yeah, and it's come a long way, which I'm sure we'll get into.
Yeah. Well, guys, we would really love to dive into the 21 minutes. Paul, are you ready?
Let's get it.
The 21 minutes is brought to you by BRINGIN, the app to reliably sell and spend Bitcoin from any wallet. All right, let's start a little bit more about Costa Rica, because how do you see grassroots movements like Bitcoin Jungle influencing wider adoption there compared to, well, top-down approaches like El Salvador's legal tender law, because that's totally different, of course.
So there was one key piece that was maybe here that's making it really work, like the secret sauce, is there's a really good off-ramp. In the beginning, though, it was one human, the founder of Bitcoin Jungle, going and cashing out all the vendors at the farmer's market. Now there's a digital way. And what El Salvador was missing was this link from like getting Bitcoin and changing it for dollars. They'd have to go to ATMs, there's fees, all that. Yeah. Here, you can sell the Bitcoin immediately for less than a credit card fee into their like Bitcoin Venmo, like a PayPal type thing for the Costa Rican fiat. It's called SynPay. And that's really helped the adoption like go viral. But also, it's just this face-to-face is how I really think Bitcoin will scale. It's boots on the ground. And now there's we have an office where people can go in and learn about cold storage and hardware wallets and, you know, actually self-custody. So it's amazing. And going in and like seeing these people and paying them directly within Bitcoin and actually feeling it right away, it's like more than, you know, listening to 300 hours of podcasts, like actually using the thing, doing the thing.
Yeah. Totally right, man. Hey, and you're living next to the Bitcoin market, right?
Yeah,
close
to a rock to it almost.
Yeah. And is that office, that Bitcoin office, you call it? Is it also at the same place at the market?
It's close, very close.
Cool. Yeah. So that's really like a great come together from all that different perspectives. Then I can imagine.
There's a couple key players in the community that once they're on, and they tell all their friends, and then their friends slowly telling their friends, and that's how it goes. Yeah. And it's a totally different feel from it just being flipped on from the government.
Yeah,
it's really cool to see it play out, and I'm pretty sure that it's like more used here than in El Salvador.
Yeah, I can imagine. Hey, and what are some unique challenges and benefits you've observed when onboarding local businesses to Bitcoin in Costa Rica?
Well, it's not all that hard because what I do is I just plant seeds all the time. I'll just show them like, hey, look, this is my Bitcoin wallet and I'm selling it for your SynPay if they don't accept it. They're like, oh, okay, cool. That's that easy. And it could click in their head. Also, people here are already used to saving in dollars. So that's what they've done for a while. It's like, you earn the Costa Rican colon and then you save it in dollars in the bank. So now just flipping on like, oh, there's this third option that might actually go up in the future against $1 too. Okay, we'll just hold that.
Yeah. And you once said in an interview that Costa Rica's currency is surprisingly strong.
Yeah.
And for a place where it's so easy to orange pill merchants, and how receptive are they to compared to other regions experiencing high inflation?
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, there was already that, mindset of saving dollars.
Yeah.
So just like one more thing that might go up, and if their friends are doing it, they might as well do it as well.
That works. Yeah.
I think it's just about that simple.
Yeah. And initially you got into Bitcoin through the lens of financial gain. I think for us in the Western world, I think for all of us that's the starting point. But later you saw it as a hope machine for a better world. Can you pinpoint a specific moment or experience that deeply shifted your perspective? Was it due to your move to Costa Rica, maybe?
The idea, so I got to travel quite a bit. I got in at 2017 and I was sick on the couch. How am I supposed to make money? I had this weird autoimmune flare up, and now I'm super grateful for that because I used that time to YOLO all my graduate money, which wasn't much, into Bitcoin, and I'd become like 100% Bitcoin right when I touched it, which is kind of not how a lot of people do it. So I've always had so much skin in the game, so all that attention has always gone to Bitcoin. And it's just when I got to travel a little bit and I see really poor people, and obviously their currencies are just inflating over time. And it's in the first world, we have such easy access to markets where and you need a freaking degree to outpace inflation, right? It's just this simple receiving money that is, finite. What does that do to your psychology? I mean, I know it's had a great, it's really affected me in the way I think of things. I think much longer term. And I think that little piece, like Safe says, that low time preference is really what I think actually fixes humans and, fixes the way we do everything, what we eat, how we live, how we think, how we work, everything.
Yeah.
And how has the sense of community, because that must have changed, I think, since Bitcoin become more widely accepted there. Do you see stronger ties among locals or expats or tourists due to Bitcoin? Maybe there is. Well, of course, there is more tourism, I guess.
Yeah, so it is a lot of, like I was saying earlier, meeting Bitcoiners is the best. And since you can tell they've done the proof of work, you just kind of look at them and oh, there's a Bitcoiner there, and it's easy to be friends. And it's cool that we are attracting a lot of Bitcoin tourism here. Mm-hmm. And for the local vendors to see that other people are coming in and using this crazy money, and supporting them with it, it just kind of adds and compounds.
Yeah. Cool. It's a total picture then.
And why do you think Bitcoin adoption fits so naturally within the Costa Rican culture? Is it maybe also because of the pura vida mentality? Is it related to existing attitudes towards financial freedom or sustainability or local economic structures? Or
no, I don't think it's any of that. I think it's just a little sparkle of hope. They've had, I don't know their monetary history perfect. I looked into it, and yeah, they've had some moments where the cologne was dropped. So that's already baked into them. That's inflation is obviously baked into everybody. We all don't like it. So just that little sparkle. And of course, the amount of Bitcoin that people are receiving isn't, it's probably still overwhelmingly fiat. So just like this little sprinkles of Bitcoin here and there, like, why not accept it?
Yeah, and it's maybe easier to save that if it's way more or less than your normal your daily income, for instance, then it's easier to keep it and stack it.
It works. I'm telling you, I accidentally get some looks at some wallets sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, my fruit guy is stacking some sats. Let's go. It works on them instantly. So it's insane. The meme of number go up, like, it works. And we felt number go up here. I was dropping sats at 17K here. Look where we are now. So that's proliferating, and people know. And it's like, okay, might as well save this thing. And then like, all right, do I need this object? Do I need that beer? Maybe not. Maybe I can save for a better tomorrow. Yeah. Or like I was interviewing this guy yesterday. We actually have a whole film that tells the Bitcoin story in a really interesting way, talking about the founders of the market, and they were the first ones to adopt it. And it tells the whole story. It's called Hummingbird. You can find that at primal.net/hummingbird. Yeah. But I kind of forget where I was going with that. But
I was thinking, well, is it maybe then because this adds to your story about boots on the ground, Pura Vida, and just showing people what it does, and then also people who aren't engaged with digital technology, because there are people that just aren't accustomed to use that, right? Because the way that Bitcoin is digital, is that some difficulty among people that are never used it before?
Well, yes and no, because like I said here, I think the number of the people hooked up to this PayPal, Venmo type system is upwards of 90%, maybe more now.
That's
so
a lot.
They can feel money becoming digital. It's just a phone number attached to a bank account is the off ramp, and you could pay. So I literally paid with that this morning with the Bitcoin Jungle app. I sold my Bitcoin to get gas because I'm 100% on a Bitcoin standard right now. Which sounds absolutely absurd to some people, but I don't have fiat. I don't have much access to credit besides some emergency funds. Like, so I'm living it, and so it kind of is already digital. Everything's digital already. So what about this thing, this Bitcoin thing?
Yeah.
Everybody's got a smartphone, even with low data phones. Everybody has internet access. So
that's right.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, let's shift to Primal and Nostrdam, because you're ahead of growth at Primal. So we want to also talk about your work there. What distinguishes Primal.net from other Nostr clients in terms of user experience, and what features are you most excited to develop next? And you told us that you were going to put some hints here and there. So, go ahead,
features. Man. Just remain bullish and know that Primal will be shipping. We will be shipping. We have an update coming out like tomorrow or the next day. One that that we will build eventually. I'm really excited to get like live streams up on there, and like Twitter Spaces on Primal. No ETA or anything for that, but that'll be a bit of a game changer. Like it's starting to feel like a real social media competitor. We've got long form in there. You got the one tap zaps. It's just Primal's the amount of polish Primal has on with their clients on web, Android, and iOS is probably the best in my opinion, and it's only going to get better.
Well, and is it maybe at this time of development, is it important that it is in much ways perhaps better than competitors, or don't maybe you don't see it as a very competitive way now, because we all want Nostr to grow, right?
Yeah. So Primal, I think, is in a place to grow Nostr. And there's some clients that are, it's cool that there's a different client for each person. Just like some people would never use Bitcoin custodially. There's people that wouldn't want to use Primal. Like they want to use just pure core Nostr clients, ones that would, would work even if, like, Primal has some other infrastructure built up to make it kind of quicker and easier to use and whatnot. But
yeah, there will still be people who want to send messages through the terminal, right? So just go and send out messages.
Use Nostr and Bitcoin as you see fit.
And this is maybe the best for people that don't use it now and aren't Bitcoiners. Then maybe it's easier to lure them in.
Yeah, because it looks legit. So it's cool because we think at Primal like that. Nostr is going to onboard the masses to Bitcoin because you can just hop on, ship post, get some Bitcoin, and then press a button, send Bitcoin right there. Yeah. You earn and you send Bitcoin right away, and it feels easy. Yeah. And that could start you down the rabbit hole.
But still, Nostr and Primal also heavily overlaps with Bitcoin enthusiasts, obviously. And how do you guys plan to attract non-Bitcoin users to Nostr and to your platform? Because of the overlap of Bitcoin now, I think there are some challenges there. And you say, because you can earn Bitcoin, but that's still, you still have a big amount of users that maybe don't even know how to make a digital transaction, for instance. It's hard enough to just do your normal digital transactions, let alone receiving digital internet money, for instance.
Well, the plan to attract more users, it's difficult, but I have a theory. So Bitcoin, we hear about it a lot in the news, don't we?
Yeah.
Yes, we have our little echo chambers, but I believe as more attention flows our way, because we are without a doubt winning, I think that pop culture and Bitcoiners and our culture, like the carnivore and the touch grass, go outside, all that stuff, it's becoming more mainstream. And I think a lot of it stems from us. And I think that more people will look to these people that are right about Bitcoin and then want to know what they're up to. So that's kind of my theory, is that, people want to go towards where the Bitcoiners are, and that may attract people to the app. And we want to make the app like a special place, like for newbies to come. Like I think Bitcoin, the chats have kind of evolved from maybe Reddit. Now it's Twitter, and we want to move it to Nostr. So if we can design the app in such a way to attract newbies that are new to Bitcoin and interested in wanting to learn, that'll be another game changer as well to get more of the normie audience. Yeah. But we do need to take care of our core users as well, the Bitcoiners.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's amazing that, Nostr would be nothing if it wasn't for them.
No, sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but also my other dream is to, get all the surfers on there and just be able to zap sats when they get a good wave, or, And I think, breakthroughs with the app, we're still screwing with a lot of stuff, but it'll just feel fun. Like actually sending a zap, that's more dopamine than receiving zaps. It feels good to send money. And
when you had a great ride, you had a great ride, and then you got zaps, and you finish the ride, you open up your phone, and then
in that sense, sending and receiving zaps is just a game changer for Nostr.
That's the one and only thing that differentiates us from any social network. Yeah, and it turns out it's a huge thing, and we actually have no idea what it's going to turn into. Like we just had all this spam, like people basically buying engagement, and you can't do that on other social networks. And there's going to be a lot of hurdles to go through, but like the fact that money is in social media now with Nostr, I look at other platforms, I'm like, they're in the past. What are they doing? Those zaps.
Yeah.
That's just, I can imagine that money. Hey, and I've seen in Primal, of course, the option for a premium membership also. Can you elaborate a little bit on the vision behind that subscription model, and how do you plan to keep the platform exclusive while also incentivizing premium usage, of course? Yeah,
so we have a premium and a legend tier. Premium gives you like a custom Primal address, so you can change your Lightning address.
Yep.
So like mine's Paul at primal.net. You get a domain, primal.net/Paul. Then you get a couple like more storage options and contact list backup and stuff for more power users. And then the Legend tier is actually people who pay over $1,000 to have that Primal name for life, get more storage and all this. So it's our first monetization attempt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's working today. And but yeah, you can still use it for free, and you'll get most of the benefits of the app. And
Awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
and you've also mentioned developing healthier algorithms for content discovery. Can you explain how Primal's algorithms work differently from legacy social media, which is all ad-driven, obviously, and how users might control or personalize their experience?
Yeah, so that's a huge, selling point for Nostr. And look at our incentives right now. We want to give you such a great app that you'll actually pay for it. The incentives of legacy social media is keep you addicted to the screen as long as you can, so that you can watch as many ads as you can. And that creates a very unhealthy relationship with social media and tech, and how you create, what you actually post, how you consume. And I think it obviously has had an incredible effect on how we operate as humans. We're evolving with social media and having less agency and less choice over how we view content. It makes us all play this game of how do I attract the most attention at all times, instead of just, because you're not actually building your content for your audience anymore. You're literally just creating content for the algorithm, because that serves the content to your audience. So this thing I think a lot about is like how we think an algorithm as creators, instead of just thinking about the audience. So another example is Primal you can create your own feeds on Primal, and there's an algorithm marketplace. While this is kind of young, it's getting built out now, and there's going to be better algorithms in the future. Like right now, Primal has a few different trending feeds, and there's other feeds that people create and can add. And you can actually create your own feed in Primal and have that be the feed you come to in the app every time. So just a quick example, and this is called advanced search in the Primal. You can make a feed. So the feed, every time I open the app, it says, "Stay focused, champ." I literally just spun up an account on Nostr, keep there, and I made it say, "Stay focused, champ." And then I pinned that, and that's the first thing I open when I open the app. It's not just like me getting blasted by all this information or the trending feed or anything. It's just like, stay focused, because I got to live on Primal because it's my job. So just the ability to do that is a key difference that can create a much healthier relationship with social media.
Very customizable. Yeah,
customizable, and also you can adjust it to your own needs. And are you also in contact with Ian from Nextblock, because they are they're developing like an advertisement, a way of doing advertisements on Nostr, which you can also personalize yourself. Is that also something you guys are thinking of, or maybe collaborate with them?
That's interesting. I want to check out what he's building, because
cool.
There probably is a good way to do like ethical ads, but we're not thinking about that yet, or probably anytime soon.
Okay, so we need to connect you guys. Maybe.
Could be interesting.
Super curious to see what he's up to.
Steph, I have still one question that I want to ask. Is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I mean, what are the top features that are requested from Primal users, and what can we expect in the near future?
So you can expect just about everything that normal social media platforms have.
Okay.
And I'll leave it at that.
Okay. But then better, of course.
We want to make it polished.
Okay.
Cool. Nice.
Even more polished, yeah.
Connetti il mondo.
Yeah, we have one question left for you, Paul. And the fun thing is you may choose yourself. So we pre-recorded a question from Jason. He's from Tendo in Kenya. And from Ian Rice. And he is from Nextblock, the company that I just mentioned. Which one do you want to choose?
The guy from Nextblock.
Okay,
Nextblock.
Ian Rice.
All right.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Ian Reese from Nextblock, and this is my question for you. Can you think of a better business model than Zaps for the Nostr protocol?
I don't think we even have any idea what can be unlocked with zaps and how that is going to really change the game. So, I mean, we don't make any money from zaps. We have a wallet built into the app. We could maybe charge a fee if people want to, or could turn that on, but we're not really thinking about that. But like, just how people, have you guys familiar with the term like zapvertisement?
No.
So on Primal, you can see the top zap on a post. So say Dorsey posts something cool. There's space underneath him to write a little message. And then if you give him the most money, you can see that message and you basically advertise yourself. So what if brands were doing that? But look how wholesome that is. You're literally paying the creator, and they get to keep 100% for a little bit of space on their tweet, on their post, on their note. It's like this beautiful loop that keeps me up at night wondering what the heck the world is going to do with this when they figure it out.
That's fun because I think you can also make an insult, but then you need to pay a lot to make an insult. I mean,
you pay the person to insult the person. It's freaking beautiful.
And just guys, you may all insult me, man. My Nippo 5 is Steph CTW. Insult me, man. Sap as much as you want.
Exactly.
You can call me whatever you want. No, but you're right, man. Yeah, it's an interesting time.
Takes time, and we're going to be listening to users and adapting and molding and building and seeing what sticks, seeing what doesn't, and having fun along the way. While
we need that legend subscription, Steph, for Primal. And Edward at Primal.
But it's an interesting time indeed, man. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Connect the build.
Hey, where can people follow you, Paul? You're obviously going to mention your Nippo 5 right now, but also other links, maybe development, a link to developments on Primal.
Yeah, follow me on primal.net/Paul, or if you go on any other Nostr client, you just type in Paul at primal.net, and you can find me there. And then I'm on Instagram. I'm on the fiat platforms, Paul in the jungle. You can find me there. I basically just become a Nostr and Bitcoin shill page. So if you like that kind of stuff, show some love over there. Just send me some cheap likes if you wish. And then I'm on Twitter, which is like super shadow banned, but we love it anyways. And Paulosophy on there, the Paulosophy.
Thanks again, Paul. We'll keep following Primal, of course, and all the things you're doing. Thanks everybody else for listening in. And of course, thanks to everyone helping to connect the world together with us. So if you like our content, then please support us in our mission. Visit our website, connecttheworld.live, where you can also make a donation. And subscribe, like, and share our content on your favorite platform. And you can also zap us on Nostr, of course. We need you to complete our mission, connect the world. So keep those nodes running, sats flowing, and zaps. And see you all next week on the same Lightning channel. Adios,
Adios, Paul.
Adios.
Adios.